So without further ado, please know that on behalf of myself, the whole TRF team, we're all here, we're wearing our t-shirts, you can talk to us about the horses anytime. We thank you for being here on behalf of the horses, and we are very available, especially at that table as you head out, to take contributions to the David Cassidy Memorial Sanctuary Fund, and thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, Kim. We had the special honor of visiting a farm in Saratoga that's the newest farm by the TRF, and we had the opportunity to meet 5 or 6 of those really special horses today. David Cassidy loved horses. He loved animals of all types. If you look up some of the pictures of him and animals, you'll see that they look like very special animals, that they're really happy to be in that picture with him. But he loved horses, and he loved all of you. He was an incredible humanitarian. So I thank you so much for being here, and especially for contributing to the TRF. I want to draw special attention to some of the auction items that are on the table when you first come in. They're extremely special because they're beautiful, but they're especially beautiful because they were specially designed by Terry Cote. She's one of David Cassidy's band members and longtime special close friend. So we have a special edition bracelet that's never before made, and this bracelet actually has a partridge on it, has a microphone, and some special trinkets on it that are very dedicated to this evening. There's also a necklace there. There's an opportunity to meet and greet the band. So I encourage you to go and participate in that auction. They have a starting price, and then to the far right is the increments if you're outbidding the person before you. So that could be a very special contest if you're a competitive person. And if you're wondering what this silver square is to the right side of the stage, we have an incredible sponsor. His name is David Hill. If you look at his website, David Hill Galleries, he has exquisite work. He's been commissioned for over $100,000 to specially paint paintings for people. And during this concert this evening, he's going to be painting a thoroughbred horse inspired by the music that you're going to hear on stage this evening. So I encourage you, especially during the intermission, to go into that bidding war so you can raise incredible funds for this special cause. This gives horses a second chance that wouldn't otherwise have a second chance. And many of us know that David Cassidy gave us a second chance at life because of his music. Many of his songs have touched us in a very special way. So now I'd like to introduce someone that I'm very grateful to have gotten to know. It's Jerry and Darlene Belinsky is the couple, and Jerry's going to come up here and say a few words about David Cassidy.
I think I love you. Those are the only words I remember. David did a concert. First of all, I'm honored and humbled by being up here to represent someone who knew David Cassidy and can talk about his experiences. He was a great man. For many of you, he was an idol. For me, he was a friend. I am obviously in a different generation, and so when I met David through horses, I found him very knowledgeable in that arena. And when he came and visited, the fact that my lovely wife Darlene, who without her I'd be a millionaire by now, but anyways, my lovely wife Darlene, who took the cigar that David left unfinished and put it on the refrigerator for about 6 months. But we had a lot of experiences, and he was a dear friend, and I am missing him, and I will be missing him a lot. We had so many, we would get talking out on the porch with a cigar, and just never had more than second that we weren't finding something to discuss and see. We go to the track, and a lot of people would come for his autograph, and he would be very willing to get the picture taken and the autograph. He was a genuine man and a genuine friend. I'm here to celebrate his life and enjoy the music that he produced. Next, we're going to have Mr. Gary Contessa, who at one point was a trainer, and he is now going to become a musician, and I hope people will just work with him as he goes forward. But anyways, I thank all of you for coming here for a good reason and a good man, and let's have fun tonight.
The good news is, when I get done talking, the band comes on. So we're almost there. I'll make it quick. You know, most people say to me, how did you meet David Cassidy? And I know that guys like David Cassidy, they come to the races to escape all their celebrity. And David was a walking encyclopedia for horses. That guy he knows more about horses' pedigrees and breeding and brood mares than anything. So 23 years ago, here at Saratoga, I'm over at the sale at Fasig-Tipton, and I see David Cassidy walking to me, and I'm like, holy shit. He looks like I think he's gonna talk to me. And I'm thinking, well, I know he doesn't want to be recognized. So he says to me, hey, you Gary Contessa? I said, yeah. He says, you know, you trained so-and-so, and I own the mare of that horse. And I'm like, oh yeah, and what do you do for a living? And it was a match made in heaven. He loved it. And then I went back to the barn and I said, team, David Cassidy's gonna start hanging out here. Don't you guys treat him like any different than anybody else. And that, imagine the girls that work for me, oh my God. But David, for the next 23 years, he could be found every single morning sitting on the bench right outside my barn, reading the newspaper and telling me what I did wrong with my horses that ran the day before. Because he was the consummate horseman. He was a rock star who wanted to be a horse trainer. And I kept saying to him, you know, I dabble in guitar a little bit. I'm kind of a horse trainer that might have wanted to be a rock star. So it went in one ear and out the other, and one day we're at a fundraiser, and the band, I knew the guys in the band, and they called me up and they asked me to play a song. And I played the song, and David was at the fundraiser with me, and he's like, holy shit, I didn't know you played. I only told him 20 times. And I'm not very good, but from that day on, anytime David had a concert, he had to call me up out of the audience and I got to play a song with him. And I'm pretty sure I screwed it up. So without further ado, David is by far one of my best friends, and it was such a loss in my life and my wife Jennifer. We were just crushed, as were all of you, I'm sure. And he was truly the consummate horseman, rock star and horseman. You would never meet a greater horseman than David Cassidy, and we're here today to celebrate him, and I love him. Thank you.
So you're going to get to see a lot more of Gary Contessa because he got talked into coming up on stage and playing with the David Cassidy Band. I asked him if it was okay if I let people know you were playing. He said yes, but he probably never thought his whole posters would be smeared all over the world because I got a text message from the other day. It was like an FYI, and I think it's because maybe the pressure was growing there. And he said, I just want to let you know that I'm a horse trainer first, a bass player second, not the other way around. So thank you again for coming here tonight. Please pay attention to what's going on with the TRF and the very special pictures, photographs that are back there that are never before seen, that were taken by Terry Cote from her point of view of the band. Now you're going to, before the band starts, hear a very special song that David sang, and this video presentation was created by Annette Trotter Flynn as time goes by.
Is just a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. A fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Making this wonderful evening possible, I would like to thank Putnam Place and Tiffany Albert and her partners. I'd like to thank Saratoga Living, SaratogaBroadcasting.com that has 2 interviews on there already that's related to this concert, so please keep posted on that station. iHeartRadio, try 98.3. Jamie ran a contest all week long. She's a huge David Cassidy fan, and she also interviewed Craig, so if you go to her blog, you'll be able to listen to that interview. And also, Pies on Wheels. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you especially to Terry Cote for her beautiful jewelry that you'll be able to benefit from as you take a look at the table. Our auction will be ending when the concert ends, so please take an opportunity to go and participate in that. And without further ado, it's my privilege to introduce the David Cassidy Band.
Oh yeah. Saratoga today. We didn't have Saratoga today on there. Yeah, definitely. Should I go and take Carol's place? Should I go take Carol's place so she can come?
Hello, Saratoga. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We're here to celebrate David's life. A great artist, a great friend, a great musician. I would like to introduce, we're going to do things a little differently than you used to, because normally David would come and play us on, and we would play